do I tell y'all that these are good shows without spoiling what happens? Like, I don't know. I feel like I have a bad habit of doing that. Like, when I want somebody to watch something, I'll be telling them everything that happens, and it'd be like, dang, they have nothing to look forward to because I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
Them slick girls get me every time. Them slick girls could get every time. Them slick girls get.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brianna Lachelle, and today we are going to be doing a most recommended TV show. I don't know about y'all, but I like TV shows better than movies because I feel like if a movie is trash, then it just sucks. But TV show, you know, I feel like they have more chances to build up the entertainment because one season might suck, but then season 2 may be like, ooh, that was good, and then, you know, just takes off from there. So therefore, we're gonna get into it, and all of these shows that I'm gonna be listing, let me see, how many do I have? 12. So I listed 12 shows, and all these shows are either on Netflix or Hulu. You can find them definitely under drama because I like drama shows. I think it's more entertaining. Like, I like messy stuff. Like, ooh, this girl is doing this and she has to do that. Like, ooh, I hope they find out. Like, so yeah, I don't know about y'all, but if you're here, I'm a binge watcher. I love shows. I'll be watching shows that be having like 5 seasons in like 2 days, and I know that's a terrible habit because those episodes be like 45 minutes long, and I just be sitting there watching. But we're going to get into it, and the first one on the list, y'all probably already, I know everybody done recommended this, but obviously people recommend it. It's probably good, you know, catching people's attention. So I'm gonna just say it is Vampire Diaries. I'm not gonna say I love Vampire Diaries. I'm not really gonna lie, because it's this one character. Her name is Elena. She was so irritating, and that's I feel like people can agree with me on that. But she was just so irritating. I didn't like her character. It was just like, I felt like she was messing up everything. I felt like she was messing up the plans. She was just holding everybody back from being better. Like, I didn't like her. But 3 main characters is Damon, Stefan, and Elena, whatever her name is. 2 of them are brothers, the boys. I just mentioned Damon and Stefan, they're brothers. And they come to find Elena because she looks like somebody from the past. It's a past vampire that they used to know. And then they end up falling in love. She falls in love with Stefan. Then, you know, it's drama. It get real mixy, I'm never gonna lie. But I liked it. Like, overall, I would rate that show, like, I don't know, the last episode made me cry. I was actually in tears. Do y'all get attached to characters, and like if something happens to them you would cry? Like, let me know if that happens to you, because that happens to me. I will overall rate that show probably an 8 out of 10. Comment down below if you watch Vampire Diaries. I wanted Damon and Bonnie to be together so bad. Like, I wanted them to date. I don't know why, whoever the directors, why y'all didn't write that in the script. Especially when they went to like this other world and it was just them 2 by themselves. Like, y'all, I was rooting for them. I don't care. Do that whole season episode, like, they were they're like best friends. So yeah, when they become best, it don't matter when they became best friends. Either way, they were like best friends. But like, they had that relationship where like every time they seen each other, it was like, like, I don't like you. But it was that, it's like Martin and Pam, their relationship. Although I didn't want them to be together. But you know how every time they came in the room, it was all jokes and stuff, and, you know, like, they pretend they don't like each other, but they really did like each other. I wanted Damon and Bonnie to be together. Simple as that. But overall, I'll rate that show an 8 out of 10. And it is a supernatural show, but it's also drama, and it's mystery and romance. If you watch Vampire Diaries, then that's going to get into this next show called The Originals. The Originals is so freaking good. Like, did I already tell y'all all these shows are like, I already told y'all that drama, but did I tell y'all that all these shows are like more than 3 seasons? They're either 3, like, I'm gonna say 2 seasons, because I believe one of these shows has 2 seasons. But they're 2 seasons or more, and each episode is about 30 minutes. So let's go back. The Originals. I don't think you have to watch Vampire Diaries to know or like to watch the originals, because the originals is a spin-off on characters that appear in Vampire Diaries. The originals focus on the title, the original vampires, the first, the ones who really created everything, the ones who turned Damon and Stefan into vampires, and the one before them, like, they're the bloodline, they're the originals. Simple as that. And if y'all watch Vampire Diaries, Klaus is the villain of the show. He's the villain of all, because he's in hybrid. So, I feel like people hating on his body because he's a werewolf and a vampire. But Klaus, I love Klaus. He was my favorite character in Vampire Diaries. He was my favorite character in the originals. And that's why when he got, the spin-off with the originals, I was so happy because I loved his character so much. And to be honest, truth be told, the originals is way better than the Vampire Diaries. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I like Klaus and his family. I don't know. I just feel like it was more suspenseful, and God, Alina wasn't in there. I believe it's 5 of them. So it's Klaus, Nick, Rebecca, Elijah, and I believe it's a 5th one, but I don't know his name. I feel like he was dead. I don't know. But yeah, so those 2 shows go together, but they're nothing alike. Like, the originals gets a 10 out of 10 from me, and then Vampire Diaries gets 8 out of 10. The originals are by, which is New Orleans, witchcraft, voodoo, all that stuff. So it's a town full of supernatural beings, and then that's how the 2 shows kind of cross over, because a lot of the characters from the Vampire Diaries, like their parents, or like their parents' parents, like, people before them appear in the originals, because that's like, I feel like it'll make sense. I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, but it's like, people's bloodline. Like I told y'all how Klaus, say somebody turned me into a vampire, say he turned me into a vampire, then I go turn someone else to a vampire, and then they turn someone else, just keep going and going and going. So therefore, if one of the originals was to die, Klaus was to die, everybody that he turned into a vampire and everybody that they turned into a vampire will die. Simple as that. So that's why the originals is like so thrilling, because it's just like, oh shoot, it's like you can't kill him, because if he dies, then Damon dies, and then if Damon dies, then this person dies, and if that person dies, then that person dies. So it's just everybody has to work together, even though they don't like each other. But the thing about the originals is that they're the originals. You can't kill an original, and then that's how, that's what like makes the original so much better, because it's just like they can't be killed. Not saying, I don't want to spoil nothing, but people always find a way. But that's why it was just so thrilling though, because they made y'all like they can't be killed. So I don't know, that's all I'm gonna say about that. The next show is Desperate Housewives. And no, let me put this out there, it's not a reality show. It's not like, how they have like the Real Housewives and Housewives. No, this is called Desperate Housewives. Is, like I said, not a reality show. It's actually, I think that show, the first season aired maybe like early 2000s. I believe either 2005. I feel like it was 2005. And then the show ended 2012 maybe. So either way, the show has 8 seasons. When I tell y'all, I watched that show over and over and over and over again. Like, it's such a good binge watch. And there's humor in the show, and it's based on 5 housewives. And like I said, this show also get a little mixy because they're housewives. One of them, her name is Bree. She's the bougie one. She's the one who's like all uptight and the chef and who wants this perfect family. But if you watch the show, baby, her family is not perfect. Her family, I think honestly, her family was the most tragic out of everybody. Like, her family was real mixy. And then you have Susan. I love Susan. I think she's so cute. She's so adorable. She's the bubbly one. She's the I don't want to say she's the humor of the show, because all of them are humorous. Well, all the characters are humorous, but she's, you know, she's the humor of the show because she is divorced. She's the only one who's divorced in the show, but not saying she doesn't get remarried or anything like that. But you know how she starts off. She's the one who's divorced and she has a daughter. And yeah, so she's bubbly, humorous, she's cool. She's also the one who can't cook. And then what's the other one? Gabby. I love Gabby. I love all the housewives, y'all. I love this show so much. It's a 10 out of 10. So her name's Gabrielle. She's the bougie one. She's the rich one. She's the one who's like, children, diamonds, yes. Red bottoms, yes. Sneakers, no. She's that. And she's a filthy rich one. Her and her husband, you know, they're rich, whatever. Or he's rich. She's not. She used to be a model, but then she quit to be with him. And he's at work all day. And then, you know, I mean, if you kind of take a hint, I said it gets real mixy. Her husband's at work all day, and, you know, she's at home by herself, you know, but it doesn't last forever. They work on it. Lynette is she's the one who's a mess. I want to say, well, yeah, so Lynette, she's one who's a mess because she's one, like, she has 5 kids, like 50 million kids. All the neighbors, all the housewives be thinking her kids is out of control. She's one she's the mom of everybody else. Like, all the other ones, they have kids too, but she's the one who's like, what's that episode, or I think it was SpongeBob or something, where he had like 8 different arms and he's on the phone like, yo, yeah, like, you know, mixing stuff like that. She's that of the show. And then there's another housewife. Her name is Eden, but Eden's not the main housewife of the show. It's just mainly though, it's those 4, but she pops in a few times and she's the hoe. She's the hoe of the town, the city, you know. Like I said, it gets real mixy and stuff in the show. So, you know, somebody might have slept with somebody's husband, somebody might try to, somebody might die, somebody, I don't know. Just gotta watch the show. So that was a 10 out of 10. And now this other show is Life Unexpected. I don't think a lot of people heard about this show. I don't know why, but it was on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it might still be on Netflix. I'm not sure. Y'all might have to check. But if it's not, just, you know, you can figure out how to watch it. And it has Britt Robertson in it. So I actually like this show. I don't know. I doubt it's a popular show because I did put somebody else onto the show and they said they never seen it before. Like, they never seen it in the, like, when they were browsing. I definitely feel like it's an underrated show. I believe this is the only one on my list that has 2 seasons. This one is about a teenager in her life. She was adopted. Was she adopted? Yes, so she was adopted by this family, whatever, and then she went out to go find her real parents because she wanted to get emancipated. And then when she found out who her real parents were, her mom is a talk show host, and then her dad is like, I don't want to say the mess up, but you know how shows be doing it. He's like the mess up. He owns a bar. He was sleeping with like different girls and stuff, you know, whatever. So he's the mess up, and then she went to go find him, and then did she end up getting emancipated? I believe the mom, I don't think the mom signed the papers. The mom didn't want to sign the papers because she couldn't believe, you know, her daughter came back and found her, was looking for her, whatever. And then, you know, she ends up living with the mom, living with the dad, getting to know her parents and stuff. And also, of course, she ended up in some trouble because, yeah, she found a home now, but the home is with like her real birth parents. And so therefore, the friends she made in the foster system, they got jealous. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, they got jealous about her new life and everything. They were just like, oh, you kind of left us hanging, blah, blah, blah. You know, just a teenage thing. She also had a boyfriend, you know, typical teenage drama. And Lux also went, oh, that's her name. Did I say that? Her name is Lux. So Lux ended up going to she went to a new school, you know, just everything was better because she was in a bad neighborhood. Her mom, her birth mom, was getting married to Ryan. Her mom name is Kate. Kate and Ryan, they have a talk show host together, whatever. They're engaged. They're also going to get married. And then her dad, Lux's dad, name is Baze. And so, you know, gets real mixy again, drama. somewhere down the line, Kate and Baze end up rekindling because, you know, Lux and everything. Anyway, it's a good show. I don't want to tell y'all everything that's gonna happen, but it's a really good show, Life Unexpected, and I would give that show, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad show, but it's just something to watch. It's a binge show, and I liked it. I like the characters. I liked her character. I think all the actors did a good job. So yeah, 7 out of 10. So let's make it or break it. Now this show focuses on 4 main girls: Lauren, Kaylee, Payson, and Emily. Now, Emily is from out of town. You know, her family doesn't have a lot of money, so she comes to Boulder, Colorado, where she meets those 3 gymnasts, the ones I just said. And those 3 gymnasts already been on the team. Their family has money, you know what I'm saying, whatever. She comes, she makes a team, her dreams come true, but Lauren is like, you know, the B word of the group. She doesn't like Emily. She makes fun of her and be like, ew, you know, I don't like, you know, your leotard. Whatever. That's actually what happened one time. She actually threw a smoothie on her leotard before. And Kaylee is dating this guy from he's in gymnastics too, but he works at the gym. And then, you know, the rules are, if you're working at the gym, you're not supposed to, well, if you're a gymnast at the gym, you're not supposed to date your teammates or whatever, or they're not on the same team because he's on the boys team, but you know what I'm saying, like, you're not supposed to date within the gym. That's the rule. And so, like I said, it gets real mixy. Lauren and Kaylee are best friends, whatever, and long story short, you know, Lauren might or might not have messed with somebody's boyfriend, just saying. And then, you know, somebody else on her team, you know, Kaylee or Pace, whatever, may or may not have found out and stop being friends. And, you know, all this is going on while they have to be on the same team together, go to the gym, do competition. I will give that show a 7 out of 10 again, because it's like Life Unexpected. Like, it's not a bad show, but it's a good binge watch show. I feel like I watched it so many times where it's just like, you know, it's kind of like now, but it was still a really good show. I liked it a lot. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. I ran into some difficulties with my camera. They said when I was recording, I had like cut off in the middle because it said like my cart was full. Now this next show, I be telling people to watch this show all the freaking time. Like, this is my right here. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing about it. I love it. It's my favorite show. It's one of my favorite shows. And this show is just that girl, and the show that gets that title is Power. Power is a good show. If you're not watching Power, then like, really, like, what are you doing? Girl, Power doesn't already have a spin-off now. Like, if you haven't watched Power, go watch it. And the thing that I love the most about Power is that I love, and I cannot express this enough, love how the cast is black. The wife is black, the husband is black, their friends are black. It's pro-black on there, okay, and I love it. Even the show, I'm gonna talk about both of them because they're kind of the same thing, but you know, yeah, I'm gonna talk about both of them because there's this spin-off. So it's Power and then Power Book 2. Now, Power is with Ghost, his name is Ghost, and his wife Tasha, and then Power Book 2 is about how their son is kind of like in the same position his father was when he was his age. And the show it deals with crime, shooting, drama. It's not more so, it's not like a I don't even know how to explain, like, they're not robbing banks or nothing like that, you know, nothing crazy, but it's just like, you know, it's like the street style. And then it's also based in New York. Like, I love it. You can hear some people's New York accent. It's just New York vibes, stay in the streets of New York. I just love it. I love everything about the show. I like the characters. The main character in Power is Amari Hardrick. Yeah, I don't know, like, the main thing that I love about the show is that the cast is black. Like, I cannot express this enough. Whenever there's a lead role and the character is black and he has to lead, it's always like the dad is black and then the wife is, you know, white or something, or Spanish, or, you know, it's just never black. Or if the wife is black, the husband, you know, they always just push a lot of interracial dating and stuff, or marriage or whatever. But I just love how this cast is black. Husband black, kids black, the wife is black, everybody's black, and no, they're not like light skin black, like they're black, dark skin, real chocolate. Like I love it. I love it so much. And then it even goes further into like friends of them, like the characters, everybody's black. I just love it so much. I feel like I've never seen so many black people in such, I don't even know how to explain. I just feel like I've never seen so many black people on a show before. Like that probably sounds so crazy, but I'm being real. Like I personally don't think I've ever seen a show that projected so many black actors, and they're actors you're familiar with. There's some actors I've never seen before, and I love it. I love the show. I think it's a really good watch. It's a really good binge watch. Power has 5 seasons, and Power Book 2 is a show that I'm watching right now. Today is Friday. Girl or boy, who are watching this, I am waiting till Sunday. I think it comes on over here at 9 o'clock. I can't wait. And they're on season 2, and Tariq, I ain't gonna lie, Tariq on Power, I kinda was like, ugh, like he doing too much, like he wants to be like his daddy so bad, but now in his own show, this is him, he is, in his daddy's footsteps and stuff, and I'm like kind of rooting for him, but like on Power, I did not like him. I feel like he was just always doing something, but now this one, I don't want him to be caught up. And also on Power Book 2, Mary J. Blige is on there. I don't know his name, but King, he's kind of fine, some of the cast, everybody, I just love it. I love it so much. I do. I love so much. The cast is black. Period. Just support black people, okay? And then not only that, did I also tell you that the directors and stuff are also black? I feel like that's probably why the cast is black. Because I feel like a lot of shows that probably do push interracial dating are probably like written by like white directors or like, non-black directors. But this show is, I believe the directors or producers or whatever, I feel like they're black. Because I know 50 is either a executive producer, I don't know, whatever. I just know he helped with the show. And shout out to him because I'm tuned in every Sunday. Every Sunday. Never miss. The next show is Star. Star, y'all, I believe Star came out when Empire came out. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I don't like Empire. I stopped watching it maybe after like a few episodes because I just didn't like it. I don't know. There's something about that show I didn't like, but Star was that girl. Star was the star, and I don't understand why I didn't get a lot of good ratings. I feel like it was really good. Queen Latifah was in that show. Queen Latifah was in the show. Ryan Destiny was in the show, and also once again, majority of that cast was black. I love it so much. So majority of that cast is also black, but yeah, like it featured these 3 girls. Her name was Star. She was white, but she was adopted or whatever, and she tried to go, I believe she ran away. So she ran away, went to go find her sister. Her sister was getting molested by her foster dad. So she ended up, rescuing her sister. I almost said something else, but like I don't remember the show. If you ever go watch it. The show is on Hulu, by the way. Go watch it, all seasons. So, Star, I don't remember what her sister name was. Then, I don't remember what her name was. But her real name, like the actor name is Ryan Destiny, but I don't remember what her name was in the show. But it was them 3, they became a group. Star was like, the star of the group. She was also the one who was, because she'd been through so much trauma and damage, she was also really aggressive, and she was very standoffish when it came to meeting other people and stuff. So I liked the show. It was really good. I can't believe it ended. Like when they said it was ending, I said, "Are you serious?" Like, I don't think Star deserves that. Go watch that show. Watch Power Book 2, and Star. Like those are my top 3. The next show I'm gonna recommend is Euphoria. Now I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a rating on Euphoria yet because I don't know how I feel about the show. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the show. I do know that I'm watching it. It's currently on. It's on season 2 now. But I don't know. Like I just feel like it's so dragged out. Like I don't know how to explain. Like literally when I watch an episode, it focuses on, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody knows, you know, seen commercials, whatever. Rue, you know, she's a drug addict, and her life, you know, her life is in slow motion, whatever, because, you know, she's all drugged up and stuff. She's all, you know, she's a junkie, whatever. And then everybody around her going through like their own issues and stuff. But I just feel like, me personally, when I watch this show, I feel like Rue. Like, I feel like my life is just slow motion. Like, not like really, but I feel like watching the show was just so dragged out. Literally, last week's episode, y'all, or no, it was on episode 2. The first episode of season 1, it was so slow. Like, I feel like that episode could have been put into like 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes is generous. Like, it was 59 minutes, and it was literally on this one scene. And literally, the majority of the characters talk slow. Like, they were like, oh, what? Really? Like, they talk like that. Like, get your words together. Like, why are you talking so slow? This is not a show that I would rewatch over, but it's a show that I'm watching because I just want to see what happens to a few characters. This next show, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of late on the show. I just watched it maybe like last month, but it's been out for a minute, and it's Money Heist, y'all. If you haven't watched Money Heist, go watch it. And I'm so glad that my predictions like came true when I was watching the show, because I don't know, like, every time I watch the show, I be like, I wonder if they're gonna date. Like, I be picking couples in my head, and one of the characters actually did end up dating his hostage, and they actually made it, y'all. Because don't y'all hate when y'all watch a show and it be like your favorite characters and you end up dying? Like, that blows. Like, it would make you not want to watch the show no more. But no, Money Heist, let me tell you something. What I really love about Money Heist is that majority of the characters made sense. You know how you be watching the show and then they be killing off like 4 or 5 of the main characters, and it's like what was that for? But no, I believe only 1, 2. I mean, he wasn't really a main character, but he was one of the robbers' dad. So he died, but he wasn't really important anyway. So anyway, I believe only 3 of them died. But that's not bad, obviously. So there's this group of people. The movie is based in Spain, so they tried to rob a bank, but the person, he's the professor. He's called the professor, and the professor is in charge of them. So he's like the brains of everything, and they're just the little minions. Like, they go do, you know, they go do what he say, his plan, everything, whatever, and they end up all making it to the end. Like, I thought that it was so thrilling too. Like, they basically tried to rob where like all the money is held, like from all countries, all, you know, whatever they tried. I said tried, you know, they did, and they succeeded. And yeah, it was thrilling. Like, I was like on the edge of my seat watching it, because I'm like, he better not die. She better not die. I feel like she better make it to the end. And yeah, it's really good thriller. So y'all should watch that. And then this next show I'm going to recommend, it's the last one of this video, is Law and Order Special Victims. I said that so backwards. It's Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Now, this show is just like a little watch. If y'all like crime, I like crime shows. So there's not really much to elaborate on the show, but it's just about, like, you know, detectives. They deal with like different cases every day. It's like entertaining, because most of the cases are like, I believe either those are like real cases, or I don't know, I feel like they're real cases, and then like they're just reenacting the, you know, whatever. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Let me know if you guys have watched any of the shows. Let me know if you guys are going to watch any of the shows, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I feel like I don't say that in my videos at all, because when I be recording these videos, I get a little anxious, so like, I be even forgetting to introduce myself. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.